So yesterday I made my full card prediction video for Misfits Qatar Supercard. Now I'm just here for a full breakdown of Anisom Gibb versus Slim. And I actually think it's actually an interesting fight to actually talk about and break down. There's many people who are saying that it's a very unpredictable fight, very 50-50, one of the most 50-50 fights in influencer boxing right now. I think we should talk about this one. First of all, I am going with Anisom Gibb to win this fight on points. I do believe Gibb will win this, but I think Slim can cause him quite a few problems. I think he can cause Gibb problems, but I think Gibb gets the job done. And overall, I think it's just the pressure style of Gibb, which I think is going to really get to Slim. And some of these influencer boxing fans are going to come and argue that Slim is able to deal with a pressure fighter in Tom Zanetti. He was able to deal with some of Salt Pappy's pressure that he was putting on him. But in my opinion, Gibbs shown that he's a completely different kind of pressure fighter to what someone like Tom Zanetti is. And you can tell that by the way that both guys went in there and fought Jarvis. Jarvis was able to deal with Tom Zanetti, and he made it look pretty easy. Jarvis could not keep Gibbs' pressure off him whatsoever. Literally, Gibb dominated all 5 rounds against Jarvis. I said it in my full card prediction video yesterday. I think that Gibbs probably one of the most, in my opinion, he's the best combination puncher in influencer boxing. That is what I think. I believe Gibbs throws the best combinations in influencer boxing. And his pressure, that's the only thing, Gibbs got on his mind the whole time. It's that pressure. And I think that Gibbs' footwork is improving. It's improved every time we've seen him. He's had a very long time out since he's fought Jarvis, and he's going to have been working on quite a few things. And I just feel like with Slim, even though Slim seems to be able to get back into fights, and no matter what, even when he's looking really, really tired, he's always able to find a way back into it and sting you with a big shot. But I think Gibbs' pressure is just different to what someone like Tom Zanetti's is, to what someone like Salt Pappy is. And the work rate of Gibb is, in my opinion, like he's got the best cardio in influencer boxing as well. Gibb ticks a lot of the boxes for having a lot of the best things in influence, having a lot of the best attributes in influencer boxing. I think Gibbs' body works very good, and I think that's what you're going to need against a tall opponent, not like Slim. And I think Gibbs going to be the stronger man as well than Slim. Slim's not exactly strong in the clinches or anything. Gibb can try and make it a bit messy at times up against the ropes, getting those clinches and probably dominating those clinches. Try and lean on Slim a bit as well. I think with Slim, he's good at setting up his punches behind his lead hand, but I think at times, he can be a bit messy at times, Slim. But again, no, there's just a time where he can just set up a big shot behind his lead hand, which you just don't see coming. But I think it's going to be completely different with Gibb here. I just don't think Slim's fought someone like Gibb. But again, Gibb, I don't think has fought someone like Slim, as tall as him and as rangy as him. But I think Gibbs got the perfect style in order to beat Slim. That's the thing, because Gibbs he's all about the pressure. He's all about backing you up, and Gibbs all about the ring generalship. That's what you're going to need against a tall opponent like Slim. You're going to need to dominate center ring. You're going to have to cut the ring off, and I think that's what Gibb can do against Slim. Gibbs got a very interesting way of moving around the ring. That's what I will say. But I think obviously Slim's power, you can't question it. He's got big power in his hands. He has. For his stature, you wouldn't really expect the power that he's got. But I think it's also the timing of Slim as well, where he's just able to set up a shot that can really sting you. And it's accurate as well. He's able to land in the right place. And even if he is losing, he can come back and land a big shot. But I think Gibbs is always going to be in his face. Slim's not going to be able to have a chance to get full extension in his punches, because Gibbs' pressure is consistent. He's always on you no matter what, because his cardio is on a different level to many of these influences, in my opinion. It really is. And Slim hasn't really got great cardio, and that's the big downfall of Slim. And, even though he has been able to come back into fights later on, we saw it against Sol Papi, and he was able to hang in there with Tom Zanetti. But Gibbs, he keeps the same pace from the very first bell to the very last bell. That's the thing with Gibb, and that's what's going to affect Slim here, in my opinion. I just see Gibb outworking him and just outworking him with volume. Slim probably will get the odd bit of success, but it's going to be very difficult for him to, though. Gibb needs to back him up in that corner, tee off his shots to the body. Gibb really needs to work the body here, and that is what I think he will do. With Slim, he's, I think at times when Slim wants to go to the body with a straight, he kind of leans in quite a lot, over leans into body shots. And I think someone like Gibb, can catch him with a big hook around, or a good 3-punch combination that could hurt and wobble Slim a bit. Obviously, a big thing with Gibb, though, and something that really is in Slim's favor, is Gibbs' chin. I think that's something that many people do question. He's been dropped quite a few times. Obviously, Jake Paul dropped him about 3 times when they fought. Austin McBroom dropped him. Has he been? Yeah, I mean, that is the thing that people do question about Gibb, and the odd balance as well. When he does get caught, he can be caught off balance. That's the thing. So that's going to be interesting to see if Slim can capitalize on that. But I just think if Gibb can if I think Slim needs to win early. I think the longer the fight goes on, I can't get my words out. The more the fight is in Gibbs' favor, the longer the fight goes on. And I can't see Slim finishing Gibb early on. I think, obviously, since the Jake Paul fight, and overall, Jake's on a different level to all of these influences anyway. But since that fight, Gibb has made a lot of technical improvements, in my opinion, in his footwork, and his balance is much better, in my opinion. And the way Gibb comes forward when he does throw his shots is much better as well, when he can cut off the ring nicely. It is better than what it was against Jake Paul, against Austin McBroom, again in both those fights, against Taylor Holder, against Jarvis. The way Gibbs been approaching those fights, cutting off the ring and easily able to back you up, it's been much better. So, and I think that Slim will struggle against that kind of thing, in my opinion. I think Slim's got a good style for Gibb to beat, and it's a good style for Gibb to test himself against as well. But I think it's a good style that Gibb can beat, because obviously Slim's got that power and that accuracy, but Gibb just comes forward, beats you down, and is relentless no matter what. He's always in your face. And I think Slim's going to struggle to get full extension in his punches. And I see Gibb really frustrating Slim at times in those clinches, make it a bit messy at times up close. And I don't think Slim likes that. When Zanetti made it a bit messy against Slim, Slim didn't like that too much. But Gibbs different to Zanetti in ways, but at times he does need to implement some of that into his game. Be a bit messy in those clinches, try and outwork Slim, and that is what Gibb will do. Gibbs going to have higher punch volume than what Slim will have, without a shadow of a doubt. Slim doesn't have the highest punch volume. I mean, when he has you hurt, Slim's all out fully going for it. But before that, he's just quite patient behind his lead hand, and Gibb will be able to outwork it. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here. Thanks for watching. I'll speak to you in a bit.